Hello, Trade Pros. It's Victor from TRADEPRO Academy, and we've got yet another video for you based on Sierra charts today. In today's video, we're actually going to be talking to you about a proprietary TradePro strategy and also using tools in Sierra charts. How to use tools in combination with a proprietary trading strategy. So before we get started with this video, if you guys haven't already and don't want to miss any more videos, hit that subscribe button down below. Like this video, ring that little bell to notify you when we do go live every morning, and let's get this thing started. So in today's video, like I said, we are going to be going through a trading strategy with you, but first we have to go down the Sierra chart basics and learn how to use the tools. In this video, we're going to be showing you how to go through the tools and which tools are pretty useful in Sierra charts that we like to use on a daily basis. Now, the tools tab on Sierra charts is full of different options here. A lot of them drawing options on your chart to make it a lot easier to see potential levels. As you can see on my charts, it looks a little messy. There are little scribbles everywhere on the chart, lines, ellipses, whatever. There used to be rectangles. There's just a lot of stuff on my chart that makes it look potentially busy. However, everything serves a purpose. Now, in the Tools tab, you can see everything is pretty self-explanatory here. You've got lines, rays, extended lines, horizontal lines, price retracement, so fibs, expansions against fibs, price projections, fibs. You've got these Fibonacci fans. You've got arrows to identify potential levels, time expansion, time projections. You've also got all these different little tools here, pitchforks, ellipses, which I love to use, triangles, rectangles are good too. And then what you could do is draw a volume profile even. Also, erase all drawn volume profiles. You have even more tools. So risk to reward tool, this is pretty cool. How it works is you go stop, entry, and then let's say your take profit target. If I click that, you can see where the entry is around 22. The stop would be at 23 half, and then the target is 17. So it tells you your risk to reward here, really cool, 5.25. So if I, again, grab it, stop, entry, target, so this would be a long position, right? And then it tells you your risk to reward. I just get rid of these. If I just select them and hit delete on my keyboard, it'll get rid of them. Now onto more tools here. In the more tools tab, again, just a lot of things to play with and identify. Tool settings, tool configurations is really cool. You can configure each tool to actually come out as you want it to. So I just recently configured the ellipse tool to come out as a purple little ellipse rather than the green ellipse that it starts off with. So instead of having the default colors, you can configure each one of these tools here. Really cool. Current tool configurations, none really. If I go into configure, let's say I configure the ellipse configuration. So I'll have that, it's already configured to this. All I'll do is apply it. Okay, there we go. And now it's in the tabs here above. So if I just select one of the charts and I select the actual ellipse tool, so let's say ellipse, and then I'll select TC1, you can see it's a blue ellipse, right? If I go TC2, it's the green ellipse. Now I'll just go Alt H to select the hand tool. You could also add a hand tool up here on the top. We explained it in our previous video. So again, if I go back into the tools tab, you can erase all text drawing, all non-text drawing, manage chart drawing window. You can do a lot of things here, but what I'm going to show you guys is identifying potential trade ideas in this trading strategy video, mainly trading strategy. Now, the main two tools that we're going to be using actually today are going to be the horizontal line tool, which we can easily configure. So if I go back into tool configurations and I go into the horizontal line configuration, you see how it's green. I don't really like it green. I like mine blue. And then I'm going to make it the same style. So just a line, make it 2 width. And then I'll go, let's say TC1. So this is going to be horizontal line 1. And then I'll save it, apply it. Okay, so now when I go into the horizontal line tool, so if I just select on my keyboard, I select the chart and I go Alt 8, and then you'll see it brings up the blue horizontal line rather than the green one. Right click, it's gone, Alt H, back to the hand. So let's see in this tool drawing window here, what else we could use. So again, like the ellipse, I like the trend lines too sometimes if we find an extended trend. I also like the arrows to kind of identify where potential areas are. So if I grab this, the arrow tool, and I grab it, okay, look, it's really faint green. I don't really like that, so let's configure the arrow tool. Now, what we'll do again is we'll go into Tools, Tool Configurations, and then we'll find the arrow tool. There it is, arrow configuration. Now, width, let's make it a little larger. Green, I don't like that green. Let's go purple, just because. And then what we'll do is configure name, OG arrow, and then there's a lot of things here you can do with this arrow, but I'll just keep it as this, then apply. So now when I have the arrow tool, you'll see it is the actual purple arrow automatically that we have configured. Now, again, I'll go back to Alt H, create the hand, delete these guys, and then get right into this trading strategy that we use on a daily basis here at TradePro Academy. So now onto this trading strategy here. What we're gonna do is actually just go on a tick chart, but what I'm gonna do is just start blank. So I'm just gonna duplicate this chart and show you guys from the very beginning, just using a simple range chart, how we can turn just the easiest of strategies into a very, very profitable strategy. So let's just get rid of everything here on this chart. So if I go to tools and I erase all non-text drawings, I get rid of, well, ideally all my lines here. Oh, these are linked to another chart. So what if the drawings can be linked to other charts? So if I go into actually chart settings and I go into advanced settings too, you can copy chart drawings from chart numbers. So if I get rid of that and apply that, you'll see all the drawings are gone. So this is a really cool tool because if you draw your drawings and levels on one chart, but you don't want to redraw them on the other charts, then you could easily just link both charts through copy chart drawings from chart number, whatever it is. The chart number is right here at the top in advanced settings too. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually go into the studies and hide all of the studies, except for the view web actually. So what I'm going to do is hide this, hide this, hide, hide. So we have the simplest of just range bar charts. And I apply that and look at this, the most basic chart. And just with this will show you a very, very profitable strategy just starting from scratch. So what I'm actually going to do is turn this into a 6-tick chart. So if I just select the chart and on my keyword, I select 6 and go enter, you can see we see a little less of rotation, but we see extensions very clearly. We see extremes very clearly. Now, what this strategy does is identifies the general overall trend of the market by looking at the extremes and identifying that market structure and impulse moves. So again, like I said, if I grab our newly configured line and I select an extreme here, I select another extreme here, I select one extreme somewhere here, right? There's an extreme here. These are just support and resistance bands based on where the peaks are of this chart. So there's one around here somewhere. I don't like that one. So I've identified these extremes, and now what we do is identify the general direction of the trend. If you're going just based on a daily, if you're day trading and you're just looking at the current day session chart, you can tell that we are in a slight downtrend here, kind of mixed signals, but the idea behind this trading strategy is a pullback strategy. It's a next best trade strategy. You identify the general movement of the market and of the trend and play off it. So if I'm looking at this, and this morning we've had a downtrend. What does a downtrend mean? Lower lows, lower highs, right? The fact that we stopped printing lower lows after price rallied here and created a new higher low, that could tell me that maybe the upside is the right side, right? So what we're looking for is broken highs at this point, broken highs and retest of those highs for the market structure to continue. Now, for the market structure to create an upside, you have to have higher highs and higher lows. So what does that mean? Number one, you either break the resistance band up here, create a new high over this high, rotate back down into these structures that you just broke and continue higher, or you can rotate all the way back down to where this actual move to the upside started, hold that as support and continue higher. Because like I said, again, higher highs, higher lows creates the bull market, right? So The lowest you can get is back to this previous low to actually confirm that we are still in an uptrend. If you get much past that, then that uptrend is broken and you can see this bottom move again. So those are our two best trade ideas, either the break of this previous top area or the rotation back down. Either way, you're looking for a break, rotate, continue, or rotate down, rotate a bit, continue higher. Now, where do these ellipses come into play? So again, if I grab our tools here and I go into the ellipse area and I select TC1 where our blue ellipses are, this is where the impulse moves start. So I go blue when it's an impulse move. So that means when it comes back into the structure area, I know that this is strong support for the potential continued move higher like it was down here. So if I look at a larger time frame chart, maybe I would be more inclined to wait for this bottom right here to be tested for a continued move higher. However, since then, there have been a lot of moves to this upside that have held as support. If we break these, you're no longer really creating higher highs, higher lows. At this point, I need to see this structure area hold. Next, I have a potential blue ellipse here because this overall could be a downtrend, right? Based on what's happened so far today. Because look, you created a lower low here, a lower high based on this high. We haven't cleared this high yet with this high, and we're creating lower lows at this point. But if you're just looking at the microstructure, maybe you might be telling yourself, hey, this thing's due for a rally higher. But that doesn't mean that this level won't be strong resistance. So maybe some traders might be looking for shorts to play off that level for the downside. So you've got two potential trade ideas, long or short, and three potential setups. The first being a break of this structure, break down, rally back into this resistance structure. The second, drop down here, rally back up into the resistance structure. Third is a micro trend, but overall trend continuation, but micro trend fade, rally up, rotate a bit, fail at that level where this previous impulse started. You know it's going to be at least a temporary area of resistance based on where this impulse to some of this downside started. Now, the green ellipse is mainly used for breaks. So if this area breaks, you could see it move up into this area, our target, and then rotate back down. It should hold where this green ellipse broke. That is the key to this strategy. You have to have multiple outlooks on the market and next best trades. You have to kind of anticipate what you're going to do if that trade setup comes around. Rather than speculating at certain levels when you see price just moving around, always have an idea in your mind of what you're going to do even before the market gets there. So this is a very profitable trading strategy that we use actually every day in our trading room. If you want to know more and learn more about it, join us live in our trading rooms every single day, right after the morning market update here on YouTube. This is Victoria from TRADEPRO Academy. Take care, everyone.